but after his burst is gone, he just can't do anything.
Yeah, and Silas just kind of preys on champions like that. Like, if you're, like, heavily front-loaded and you don't one-shot Silas, he just beats your ass because he just presses W. Yeah, so just let us know like 10 seconds before you manage to get the back 5, if at all possible. I don't know if it's like something that you'll know when you fix or not, but guess we'll see.
Alright, it says they got it live already. Oh, there you go. Have it live now.
Cool.
Sorry about that, guys. Stuff happens. Technical issues.
Alright. So.
Oh, no.
Oh, yikes.
I mean, they could still win this, but the TP's coming in. They gotta get one kill and get out. Eey, that's not good.
Yeah, it is a big collapse here.
Oof. That's a free Infernal Drake. They need to try to take some of those plates mid and top at this point.
Okay. So basically, the quick rundown of what happened this game while everyone was away. An early all-in for ABC went south, and Nico got first blood onto Shastana. Rammus then ganked mid and killed Sejuani in the 2v2. Ezreal dove Thresh, killed him and died. Fast forward about another 5 minutes, Silas kills Vladimir, and Sejuani kills Rammus. Silas finishes off Nautilus with a big like 3v3 top lane, and GTP just pretty much wiped ABC completely up there. And then we had Sejuani later coming back and killing Vladimir, who TP'd after that play had ended back into the 3 people and died again. And after that, that's about all that's happened. Very short version. Yeah, no. Current game state, yeah, GTP is really liking their odds in this one. You're up 3k. Your bot lane is like way ahead. Dirty Band-Aids popped off last game, probably thinking he's gonna do it again. I don't know where you go here if you're ABC.
Right now, honestly, with that Tristana and the Vladimir, they do have a really strong late game if they can hold off enough to get to it. I do not agree with all this aggro plays they're making. Yes, it's good, but at the same time, is it really worth it?
I mean, there's a trade 1-for-1, which usually you'll take if you're the team behind. But when the 1-for-1 is going onto a Thresh and a Nico support, like, the Nico's gonna be happy getting that kill over. Like, this Nico is going slow Nico, which usually a support is like not the best because it takes a lot of money to finance going for those AP slow items. But when you're 3-0 at 11 minutes, you don't care if you're getting no farm, you're still fine.
I honestly think at this point, they need to decide what they want to do. I myself would just be like, you know what, do a 5-man in some random lane, try to take the tower, get that first tower, and then force them out of the laning phase and follow your tempo. If you're stuck in like their GTP's tempo that they want to go with, you're not gonna do anything.
Irelia maybe getting the better of Nautilus here, solo killing him out mid lane. It's getting worse and worse here for ABC. Silas went for the dive onto Vladimir, not going to get it, but getting him very low. He's probably going to have to back here pretty soon, otherwise Silas can just go for the dive again. Yeah, geez, I mean, I agree with you. When you're down this much gold, what you want to look for, as resident Fiesta expert, is an objective that you know the other team's going to want to fight around. Because if you can get to it early, regardless of what you're foregoing for it, if you know they're going to fight you for it, you can pretty much just set up camp and get your best scenario fight. Like, if they're going to, like, you know they're probably going to go for Rift Herald soon. If you just sat 5 at the Rift Herald in Fog of War and just collapsed on them, like, you'll miss, like, 2 waves of farm in each wave, probably, but, I mean, you'll probably get 2 or 3 kills. If nothing else, it helps.
I mean, if nothing else, it gets that objective off the map, and it relieves some pressure. You don't have to worry about Rift Herald taking down tower. Oh, this is not looking good for GTP here, huh? Wait.
It's looking very good for GTP here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the stream right now. I was like, wait a minute. Have I been saying the names wrong?
Nah,
okay.
I was there last game, brother. Don't worry about it.
ABC is on blue side and GTP is on red. Just for you guys to know in the stream chat.
Thresh and Vladimir both almost going down again.
I mean, at least this time they didn't die.
Yeah, if nothing else, not quite enough to kill them, but Sejuani and Silas just get the top tower.
That's 2 free towers. There's no way that Vladimir.
Yeah, Herald's still there. It should be pretty free.
Yep, it's 2 free towers. Again, ABC needs to try something. Right now they're playing extremely reactive, and at this point, if you're this far behind this early on, you might as well try something just out of the blue. Go for a random invade on there, get some deep wards and get a pick on someone. As long as you can change the flow of the game.
Yeah, if you're ABC, like, maybe you subscribe to the mentality of we outscale, which granted, you do, but you are so far behind, and you're giving them double Infernal, and at that point, you gotta wonder, do you really outscale a team with double Infernal Ezreal? Like, Vladimir's a monster late game, but so's Ezreal. Nico's gonna do a lot of damage, even as a support. She's building full AP and she's fed. Silas is a pretty dangerous guy to deal with too, especially when he has a ton of AP. Like,
oh, that's nice. Oh,
yeah.
They're kiting everything out. Props to them. That was actually impressive getting out of that. Dodge,
yeah, the Nautilus and these stubby little legs skirting around everything, proto-belting to avoid the Nico E, it looked like there, so.
Gotta move fast, man. That's still a free fire Drake for them at this point. I do not agree with that TP. That was not extremely well played.
That was a really whiffed Sejuani ult, but they're so far ahead, it just doesn't matter.
Is that a kill? They got the kill. It's okay. They got the kill, guys. They got to shut down. They're good. It's on the Tristana. They have a way in.
That's one way to look at it.
Oh,
we're going to go for the dive again. Doesn't need to. It's a kill.
Oh, God. No. Run.
Oh.
Run, Nautilus.
Oh, my God. Oh, Silas does get it.
Oh my God!
Oh,
that was
good flash.
Extremely entertaining to see there.
Yeah, good flash by the Tristana there to not get hit by the chains. I mean, I guess the light at the end of the tunnel now is the Tristana with 2 kills, but really, it's still just so like doomed at this point. Like, you're down 6k in double Infernal at 16 minutes. Like,
they need to ARAM it. They need to ARAM this until they force them to change their...
Well, I don't even think that's that. I don't even think it's that. They really need to bait them into a Fiesta and just hard outplay. Like, at this point, you're down so much stats that you just need some crazy individual play to bring it back. You're not going to be able to realistically win a team fight or fight over an objective when you're down this much, especially when you have double Infernal, which will make that 6k feel more like 8 to 9k of gold. So I would like to see them do something like that and get a pick off. Sejuani's probably not the target you're looking for, but you know, maybe next time they'll get someone who's killable.
I mean, it's better than nothing at that point, man.
Well, it's like, I don't even think they're gonna get her. Like,
they got it, but I think they're dead now.
Yeah, it's like, just look at how long that took. They just get collapsed on.
But this is what they need to do. Yeah, it failed. It failed, but they need to try something. They can't just sit there and think, oh, I'm gonna scale, when they're literally falling 1,000 gold behind every 2 minutes.
Yikes. And just like that, 6k becomes 7k. Oof. Yeah, and they're probably gonna get the tier 2 mid lane tower here as well. They have the double Sheen procs, so it's pretty free. And just like that, 7k becomes 8k.
Okay. Honestly, at this point, Nautilus should be like, you know what? Maybe AP's not working. We need a second tank.
Well, I don't know about that, honestly. Like, I don't think you have any damage at all. I think the most suspect thing, if we're talking about builds, is why in God's name is Vladimir rushing Morella Namicon?
Honestly, I am okay with that, just for the mere fact that you have Irelia with Conqueror, and you have Sidus with Conqueror, and
okay, the healing reduction is nice, but as Vladimir, if you're gonna do that, you need to go Lucidity Boots, because Vladimir is so dang reliant on his CDR. Like, your ability of choice is your Q, which base CD, even at rank 5, is like somewhere between 8 and 10 seconds, I think. You really need that CDR to be able to spam that down in a fight. And when you don't have any, like, sure, it's going to do damage if you manage to get that third Q off, but just, like, I don't think I've seen him get it off once in a fight. He just dies too fast.
Alright, okay. For right now, he is at a 4-second cooldown with that Q. Right now.
How is he at a 4-second cooldown with no CDR? Is he running CDR runes?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the CDR runes, dude, because...
Yeah, wait, okay, yeah, he has 21% CDR. Does he have blue buff?
No, blue buff doesn't give CDR anymore, man. That's patch that patches ago, like seasons ago. Yeah.
Really? Wait, just because of mana now?
Yeah. They patched their cooldown reductions like since season 3 or 4, dude.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't give CDR anymore, unless they changed it recently.
What? Wait, okay, I'm checking Google.
We are the best casters in this league.
Does blue buff still give CDR? Okay. Okay, let me just look up blue buff on LoLwiki. Okay, League of Legends, Wikia.
Alright, right now this game is gonna pretty much go stale for a while. GTP is just looking for an opening. If they're gonna take more of as much as they can with what they have right now in a safe manner, go for it. But ABC at this point is literally just trying to stall to get items on the Tristana and the Vladimir. But blue at buff, this point...
Okay, blue buff does in fact give you CDR still.
What? I thought that was patched out already. Like a long time ago.
They got rid of it giving you AP a while ago. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Maybe. I know they got rid of something on that thing.
I definitely think it still gives you AP. Or not AP. It does not give you that. It gives you CDR and mana regen. Gosh, can't speak right now. I think there's something to be said about a game when we tab out to fact check blue buff and don't really miss much. I mean, they picked up Ocean Dragon for GTP, so good objective control there. I mean, I guess, like, I can kind of see the Morella Namicon Vlad if you're going CDR runes, but even then, I still think it's like, if you want to go for not CDR, the traditional way to do that is Spellbinder Death Cap, which makes you a frontliney sort of mage as well and gives you serious one-shot potential, which it looks like he's going for one or the other now. But I don't think the Morale is really that necessary. Like, Silas will heal once. Irelia will heal if she gets her conk off, but you gotta hope you're one-shotting someone before then. Like, you have Tristana damage, you have Vlad, who has serious one-shot potential, Nautilus is building AP, and he's super burst heavy. Like, why are you prepping for the sustain damage that probably won't come if all is going well?
It's not looking too good for ABC here, honestly. I really do think they should try to do some kind of cheesy play at this point.
Well, I mean, it's not really a cheesy play open to them anymore. Like, the only thing you could really do here is sack Baron and 5-man Silas bot lane. And I mean, if you do that, GTP probably just wins the game with Baron. So, I don't think you can afford to give Baron. I think you lose if you give it.
I think you're right, honestly. Just because Sejuani literally has 2 items already versus Promises 1 and Boots.
Well, yeah, but he has he has like 2 half items though. I'd say he's about the same. Like, he's only down 600 gold on Sedge. He's not too far behind. The bigger discrepancies are like bot lane, where Ezreal's up like a full item. And Nautilus is caught out and is taken down again.
And
that's definitely Baron.
GTP are the ones baiting for them there.
Yeah. Thresh and the rest of the team looking to make something happen here. Hook onto Ezreal, but there's no follow-up, and Thresh is taken down as well now.
They're trying to steal that Baron.
Yeah, they wanted to get Rammus behind for the steal. Guess we'll see if he can get it. That's like the only hope you have.
I mean, they don't know he's back there right now. I honestly think they turned on the Thresh, and they missed him going back.
You definitely see him now. He's like on top of the ward over the wall.
Oh no. I believe. No, Rammus, too soon. Yeah, oh my god, he got it!
Are you shitting me? Eddie,
he got it!
What? If you're ABC, why did Silas not go over the wall?
What is up with ABC here? Just popping out these random godlike plays out of nowhere.
Why aren't you? You have so many people who can just go over the wall. Just go over the wall and kill him. You know he's there. Why are you taking the 50-50? You know he's there. Ugh, that's rough. I mean, okay, if you're ABC, you now have a pathway forward. It's bumpy, and you'll probably go off-road, but it's there.
Damn, that was just clutch, man. Like, that was literally GP's Baron to give away.
Yeah, it was theirs to give away, and they decided, yeah, I mean, you can have it. I don't know. Well, when you have that many people who can go over the wall and just one-shot the Rammus, who has, like, no items, I don't understand how you can just let him take it like that. Just gave him the chance to go for the 50-50, and he just graciously took it.
Okay, did he still have that pink word there that he put over the wall? If
no,
so...
I'm pretty sure they cleared that pretty quick.
Okay, if so, they could have literally just stood there, let the Baron stay a while until he either died or jumped over, then to turn on him.
Yeah, I mean, they still get triple Infernal here, unless something stupid happens. Yeah, okay, so they actually secure that one. I mean, your GTP, you have triple Infernal, and you have Ezreal. You're scaling so hard now. Like, it still feels so doomed, but now you have to wait like 3 extra minutes for this Baron to wear off before you can realistically do anything. You still have the push prio, but you can't really get any damage onto a tower when Baron buff minions are there.
The thing is, if ABC can start taking outer towers, that's free gold on them, and they're gonna cut this down, like cut the gold difference down by another what, 1,000
any
gold.
way in which they could ever leave their base right now. Baron is the only thing stopping GTP from taking inhibs. Like, if you try and push out of your base too far as ABC, you're just gonna get one shot. You're still so far behind. Even with the Baron steal, I mean, you managed to shrink it from like a 10k to like a 5k gold lead, just from the inherent Baron gold and Rammus getting a shutdown. But even then, you're still behind a ton of gold. Your gold's on the Rammus, and who really cares? If he has money, he'll still die. You don't have any DPS. I will say though, Irelia is either sitting on a lot of gold or is really behind. Yeah, she's sitting on almost 3k gold. Irelia's just back here.
Yep, she's just about to back. I honestly do not agree with this adaptive helm that the Rammus just bought. I mean, they have a Nico and the Silas. I understand that Silas
It also
can probably
counts for Ezreal's W and E.
What's the timer on it? It's within seconds.
I don't know how many seconds it's within. 4 seconds? Okay. Yeah, no, after the CDR nerfs, Ezreal isn't gonna be up that often. You know, it's gonna be like Silas passive, Sejuani E.
I mean, that's good against things like Kog'Maw, that like technically his autos are gonna be skill based and magic damage on it with his skill, but it doesn't really work very well versus burst oriented champs. There's no reason to get it.
Yeah, no, especially here, like, the only thing that's really going to be helping you for is if Silas doesn't one-shot you, which he will, it'll be good into his passive. And if Sejuani is the only person hitting you, it'll be good against her ER. Okay, it's who cares? If Sejuani's there and is stunning you up, you're probably dead to someone else anyway, so I don't think the Sejuani damage is going to matter. Maybe Nico autos are just really messing them up, dude. That's the only reasonable thing I can think of as to why you buy that.
I don't even see that as a reason. I mean, the way adaptive helm works is you have to take one skill first, and then afterwards, it's from that one spell, but for 4 seconds. So, I mean, realistically, it's going to save you some damage on maybe 1 or 2 spell rotations from Ezreal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it saves you out from like the Nico Q because it procs damage multiple times. I know, yeah, I feel like if you're going MR, you go Stoneplate here. Because, one, you don't need to do damage as the Rammus, or at the very least, you shouldn't have to. They might
ABC popping out with some life right now, making that play, forcing this fight. They got the... Oh my god, there's a hook on Nico. What's going to go on here? Really? Nope, nothing. Flash is blown by GTP. Honestly, that was best case scenario for ABC.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can hope for. And you should be able to push down at least one outer here while Nico is backing, so... I mean, that's a bit of a gold swing for you.
Tower. Oh, or not. Honestly, I would have gone for that second tower.
No, I don't think they can go. I don't think they can. I think you just turn Baron here, or at the very least, sweep Baron pit. The problem with going second tower there is that Nico is just gonna walk in. Nico Silas can both just like QE the wave, and it's just gone. There's not really anything you can do with all that AoE clear trying to push down mid lane.
ABC still has some life.
Yeah, ABC is clawing their way back in, but as soon as they recall, GTP just going right back to the Baron. I guess we'll see if Rammus can return to the scene of the crime and make out with it again. Don't think so. It's going down way too fast.
Can they catch him?
Maybe.
They're chasing them down. I don't agree with that. I mean, if they catch someone now, okay. Honestly, ABC could have probably found an opening there to probably get a pick on someone and try to get out again. But other than that, I guess that was the best thing that could have happened. Just walk away. And as I say that, The Thresh Lantern. That is Nico ult down.
You also get the Zonias out from Nautilus though, and I would argue that cooldown's bigger. Because Nico R cooldown is very low when you're
going on right now. Sejuani is down. They're fighting in the tower. ABC has 2 low people. Is that Nico? No, that Nico is dead. Irelia's inside the base and they can't deal with him. That was a 2 for 2. Irelia's still in this base doing I don't know what.
Yeah, and you can really start seeing the power of the late game Vladimir here though, just doing so much damage. Like with that Deathcap Morello and Sword Shoes, you ignore so much MR, of which there is none, so you're effectively doing true damage. So once you get that crit Q off, it's going to be doing something like 800 damage per Q. GTP is going for the dragon. I think they... what a Thresh Hook!
Beautifully played by ABC there. He had the communication down.
Really trying to drag his team across the finish line. He is getting so many good pickoffs for his team. That Rammus steal may have been what they needed to get back into it, but Ansem is making sure they don't throw that chance away.
That was impressive play, man. The goal difference is now 4,000. They're slowly crawling their way back into this game, and it is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, good on him, dude. Like, you see double Infernal down like 6k at 15, that's when you just say go next, but not ABC. They're in it for the long haul. Now Tristana's at 4 items. She's more built than the Ezreal.
I still think that this Nautilus should start going tank. His damage
Honestly,
at this point is not relevant.
See, I disagree. Because what you really want to be able to do is one-shot Silas. Because if you do not one-shot Silas, he's going to be able to heal and sustain back up and be a monster in these team fights. So all that Nautilus needs to do is have AP so that he can front-load all his damage onto the Silas. And assuming they one-shot the Silas, he cannot get his W off because he's CC'd indefinitely by the Nautilus, who's also bursting him. And then he just dies before he can do anything. That's the most frustrating thing as Silas, is when you're low and can't use W. So I'm fine with him going that AP burst for that reason. It's just when you don't actually one-shot Silas, that Silas is very happy your damage is front-loaded, because then he just heals and slaps you.
You're pushing down mid here.
I mean, ABC is like... I don't know, some of their carries, I think, probably up in gold. Yeah, like, Tristana is up in gold over Ezreal. Thresh is up in gold over Nico. Like, the big gold discrepancy here is in mid lane. Irelia is up, like, 3,500 gold over Nautilus, but otherwise, pretty much everything is either even or advantaged for the side of, ABC now. There is a little bit of a gold lead top Silas over Vlad, but Vlad outskills Silas, so he's more relevant now anyway, so you don't really care about that gold discrepancy, because it's not even that big anyway. It's like well over 1,000 gold.
I mean, at this point, that gold difference isn't even as big of a problem as it was earlier, just because of items. And as we say that, oh no, Tristan's getting free damage down. There goes Sejuani. Can they keep this fight going? Tristan's in the back doing free damage. They got the silence
in the back line, but does go down. He gets CC'd up by Rammus.
That was technically in ABC's favor. That was a 2-for-1. They played that extremely well. They played that a front-to-back style, and the Tristana was able to get free damage onto them.
It's just so hard to take down this Vladimir. He's sitting there tanking all that damage and just presses Q. Like, Vladimir's gotten to his late game power spike, and he's just so hard to deal with. Yeah, you can see that Q there crit the cannon minion for 800 damage. So anyone without MR on the side of GTP also probably going to be taking about 800 damage from that, because all of that pen on the Vladimir. That's a yikes. I mean, okay, so the gold difference is like 3,500, which is almost negligible, but you got to remember, there is still the triple Infernal. So that, like, 3,500 is more like a 7,000 gold lead, which is still somewhat meaningful. The problem is, like, your Ezreal can't really do anything because he's not made to shred tanks. And Nautilus, despite building AP, is tanky. Rammus is so tanky now. And Vladimir, while not inherently tanky, just heals back anything that Ezreal does. So there's not really much he can do unless he can get onto those squishy backline like the Tristana, and he's never going to be able to do that.
Oh, looks like they want to try to pull. Alright, they're going to try to get ward set up here. Both TPs are up on both top laners, so at this point they could try to do anything. Are they going to try to force the mid?
I still favor Sylas versus Vlad in this 1v1 despite Vlad being scaled up. Sylas is very good at dueling. Next dragon is going to be Elder, so maybe they're going to look to trade objectives here.
ABC needs to get that Elder off the table for them.
Yeah,
if they get that Elder, there's no way in hell they're going to win the next fight.
Yeah, dude, if GTP can manage to get their hands on that Elder Dragon, I think it's GG. Maybe they look to trade objectives, though. No, it looks like we're going back to the NA Ram.
Oh. The Twin Shadows Proctor on top of it. Rammus here, I don't really agree with that, but okay.
I mean,
Tristana is still able to get that free damage down. Sejuani is on the back line.
Not quite going down, dude. He's
ABC
so
is still taking him down. Holy. ABC is coming up into this fight. That is 4 free kills. That's a free Baron. 5 kills. That is an ace. Quadruple for the Vlad.
The late game Vlad just does so much damage, dude. It's just nothing they can do. They can't kill him at all.
I mean, GTP somewhat made the right call. But if you're going to go for the backline, if you try to get both carries at the same time, you can't just go send most of your resources towards one while the other is taking out everyone else.
Your ATP here, the type of fight you want is front to back. You want to be kiting back as they're engaging into you, not starting off the fight yourself.
That's game. That is game.
Oh my gosh, it's actually just the end. I guess we'll see if maybe Nutcase can make a godlike Sylas play here, but yeah, it just looks like it's over.
ABC.
That is a heartbreaker for GTP. That game was 100% theirs, but they just didn't play around the Baron well enough. You knew Rammus was there. All of you can go over the pit. There was no reason to go for the 50-50 there, and you got to think that that's what cost them the game there.
I kind of agree with you there. I mean, if they hadn't gotten that Baron, they wouldn't have been able to stall. But damn, ABC making those plays when it really mattered.
Yeah, guys, never surrender. Heroes never die. Jeez, I don't...
Let's do an interview with the Rammus. Let's ask them.
I don't know, man. I would rather do an interview with Thresh personally. Maybe both. Like, there's something to be said about the Rammus getting that steal off, but I think that's more of a misplay from GTP than it was a carry performance from ABC. However, the Thresh just carried them across that finish line after they stole it. Like, so many great pickoffs with that hook. I gotta give it over to Thresh there for the MVP. Like, Jesus, that was an impressive performance. All right, we got somebody requesting an interview in the chat. They have a different name. I don't know who it is.
I want an interview, Sadness. You get no interview.
All right. Well, do we want to hop over to the post-game interview lobby and just see who hops in?
No, we can do that.
All right, Ansem is requesting the interview. We'll start with Ansem. The Threshy boy himself. All right, let's hop over. All right, we got Ansem here. Okay, so let's ignore game 1 and talk about game 2 because that's fresh on everyone's mind and it was crazy. So that game looked really, really bad for the first like 25 minutes. And then you guys managed to get that Baron steal, Was there like, were you guys kind of like down in the dumps thinking it was over before that, or did you have faith that you could still come back in it before the steal?
Oh no, we believed in Bonini. Like, so as soon as he said, you know what, F this, I'll get it. And he just jumped in. So he was able to get the taunt off on the Nico, which procced his Aftershock, which kept him alive long enough to get the Smite steal. After that, you can imagine, as every other team would, we went crazy. But like, we knew we were behind, but we knew we could do it.
I mean, were you aware like how like astronomically bad it was? Because it was like a 6K gold lead and double Infernal at like 14 minutes.
Honestly, I didn't really care about that. Like, it sucks, but it's like, eh. So,
Alright.
to actually talk about it a little bit, like, first game is more so what we're used to, where like bottom lane just gets stupidly far ahead. And then somebody doesn't pull their weight mid lane.
So casually flaming the entire team other than yourself, okay?
No. I will never flame Electra. He is too good to be flame.
You're just like, oh, this person's not pulling their weight, and these people got behind. No flame, no flame.
But all honestly, we all actually enjoy each other. Like, this is the first team where we're all actually enjoying playing with each other that I've experienced.
You know, I definitely think that there's definitely something to be said about if you can enjoy playing with your team, there's definitely a lot more trust you can build with your team. And that's definitely the make or break deal when you're behind this much gold. Trust is like, it's really hard to come back from a really bad game if you don't trust your team to do it with you.
So throughout that entire second game, Charmelo was just constantly telling us how much gold he is until he's like ready to go. And we're like, all right. So we're used to just going and going and going. So like having to slow down was definitely different for us. If you probably noticed, like I was still looking for plays throughout the entire game, whether we were behind or ahead.
Yeah, and you had some pretty sick ones too. Like mid lane, the real turning point there after you guys stole the Baron, you managed to get that pick onto Ezreal, and then the fight broke out, and then you got another hook onto Nico through the front line. So like, you just hard 1v9 that fight when you were still down like 8k gold even after the Baron steal, and that was really the turning point. So like, it was a really well played Thresh game.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I have, as those of you who have been around for a while, I used to be a top laner, now I'm been switching to support, so it's nice to hear compliments from moving to support.
Alright. Well, speaking of supports, so the Nautilus mid.
No, so that we actually practiced in a couple of scrims. So we actually did practice that. Not into Irelia, but we, through the draft phase, we're like, okay, we're going to just first pick the Nautilus because they just gave it to us. All right. Oh wait, we could just take away both of the Dirty Band-Aid's supports in both Thresh and Nautilus since we banned out the Pike. But like I was really hyped for this matchup because the Amos team, specifically Miner and Ice, yeah, I'm calling you guys out. They were constantly saying how Dirty Band-Aids was a better support than I was, and then he doesn't even play support. What's up with that?
I was gonna ask you about that. Were you expecting Dirty Band-Aids to just flex ADC?
No, we were not. Like, we were not expecting it at all. And all honestly, we were kind of just disappointed because I had been hyping up my team for this match specifically, and he didn't even go for support, where like a bunch of their players were like, yeah, no, he's a better support than you, Ansem. And then he doesn't even do it. So that's not cool, man.
Those mind games kicking in.
Alright, so with this, I believe you guys move up to 4-2 if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So that means if you go undefeated, you'll be 1 game behind DD, assuming they close out undefeated as well. So here's what I'm gonna ask you: how troll do you want us to go to give you a chance?
Give up one game, just one game.
I know you said you wanted the tiebreaker, man, and I mean
want the tiebreaker match.
all right,
but,
man. We'll try and make it happen
if,
for you.
If we can't get the tiebreaker match, then we'll just see you in 5.
Good luck with that, man. I still think KP's got you. All right, I'm done. I'm done with questions. Hiarius, you got anything for him?
I just want to know what was going through your mind when you were 2v1ing them in that bot lane and got Ezreal.
That would be a no, as he is currently muted.
Oh,
huh?
am I?
Oh wait, no, I have him muted.
Oh, was that what?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know. Like, I just saw he had a mute thing on. I'm like, okay, he's just muted himself. Okay.
Ouch!
I don't even know where, like, how long I've had that. I'm so sorry.
That hurts feelings.
Oh gosh. Yikes.
Okay, so do you have any questions, IR?
I wanted to know what was going through your mind in that bottom lane when you 2v1'd the Nico Ezreal and got Ezreal under tower for that free kill.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess that happened. Like that's basically it. Like,
okay, if I remember correctly, it was like the really weird one where you were like 10 HP and Ezreal eat into tower to auto you
Yeah,
and you
I'm
just died.
like I can't, like, that tilt of the head. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
okay.
I don't know. It still felt like it was an Ezreal favorite play, but just a questionable one to me.
Yeah,
at
it's like,
least.
all right, I guess. 1 for 1, whatever. Yeah.
Well, that's it for me.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll see. Do we want to try and get anybody from the other side in here, or do we want to call it?
It's up to them, man. The other team wants to get a person in here, we can.
Have it a good evening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for the
Fun,
interview, man.
Good
Great
game,
game.
man.
All right. Yeah, if anybody from GTP wants to come in, we can probably quick do an interview with you two if you want. See if anybody wants to.
They're gonna meet me too.
Jarmello says he wants an interview, but pretty sure he's not on GTP. Thinking emoji. I mean, if nobody from GTP wants to come, we can. All right, it looks like Ice is coming. All right, Ice, if you want to come in here, get to the AD carry turn support.
What's up?
What's up?
Okay, the obvious question. Ansem called you out for it as well. Why did Dirty Band-Aids feel the need to skirt the support matchup?
Oh, he didn't want to, go against a lesser support. So.
Oh, shots fired.
So I had to pick up the slack. He showed the Ezreal, and it was just hard for them to deal with. Except that second game in that tower shot. I don't know how, because he didn't even fire anything, and the tower just picked up aggro on him.
Well, it's because there were no minions, but
Well, I thought one of them was ahead.
No,
it was just the way we were positioned, and he got caught by the aggro. It was just
he just eat in front of the wave to auto threat.
That's probably yeah.
Bit of a head scratcher there, but
oh well, it happens.
Yeah. So what was the call when Rammus stole the Baron? Because it very clearly looked like he shouldn't have been able to, but nobody went to stop him.
Well, so I had turned around at that point. I'd snared him on the other side. We had the ward. We knew he was around the other side of that bush, but they kept auto attacking the Baron, obviously, and so he was able to get in and do it. And we missed a smite, so it was just it was a learning point for us. You know, that was definitely our mistake, and that's sort of what kind of, it's not exactly what got them back into the game, but it definitely helped them because they were able to stall out a lot with that Baron to be able to get tanky enough where late game we just really couldn't get through them.
Yeah, it definitely looked like once they got Baron, if nothing else,
Yeah.
the motivation was there to try and make those plays again.
Yeah, and we made a mistake down when we were down in the mid lane. Once the Baron ran out, we should have took that fight at the. I mean, we should have just took that fight at the tower because they still weren't totally ramped up yet, and they hadn't backed because they'd been clearing waves, so they had gold that they hadn't yet spent, so they didn't have the items, and we should have did a better job of forcing that fight there and then and being able to capitalize on that, and we definitely messed that piece up. But I mean, these are things that you do that you you know, you live and learn and you get better from. You know, mad props to Electro. You know, he's I played with them, or not with him, but against him a couple seasons ago, and he's really a really good ADC. And he just always has a very good synergy with his bot laner. They always, you know, it always feels like they know exactly what they're going to do. And he's just very hard to play against, especially when he gets ahead, because then he's just super dangerous. So I had to pull out I had to pull out the Morgana the first game. And even then I got caught a couple times just because, you know, I hadn't played support all season except that game, and then pulled out the Nico support the next game. But I mean, overall, I thought they were really good matches. I mean, we're going to learn something from both of them, and you know, good luck to them. And you know, hopefully we'll continue to at least take more games off of people in the future.
Yeah, definitely two close, good games. Definitely a lot to be learned from there. All right, I have one more question, then I'll turn it over to High Aries if he's got anything for you.
Oh, go for it.
So, okay, so you said that the reason that Dirty Band-Aids wanted to swap away from support is because he didn't want to waste his time on Ansem.
Right.
Would you then say that I am definitively a better support than Ansem because he played support into me?
Yep.
All right, GG. Heard it here first.
Checkmate.
GG, no re-Ansem. Get wrecked. All right, High Aries, your turn.
All right, I only have one question.
Ansem knows I'm trolling him right now, but.
All right, I only have one question here, man. What was going on in that last team fight? What was the game plan for that? For the game 2?
So, the very last team fight where we just blew it.
Yeah.
So I sent the Ghost out early, and we had caught the Rammus, but the team fight split. So our guys with more damage started going to the back line, which pulled us off, and we were kind of like stuck fighting the tank, and they kind of were able to circle in and kind of like out-pincer us. It was just a mistake. It was a mistake on the engage where we should have waited and either caught them in the choke where we could land all our CC and hopefully try and get through, because we really needed a shot at the back line. That's what we needed. If we killed the back line, then we can kind of deal with everything else. But if like I said, Electro's allowed to have a line where he can just fire off and be protected, we don't win those fights all day long. You know, we're just sitting ducks basically.
All right. Well, that was the only question I had, man.
All right. I mean, it sucks talking about a loss, but I mean, at the same time, it's you know, it's always a point to learn. You know.
Hey man, it was only a loss for like the last 10 minutes. Other than that, it was a win.
Yeah, I mean, we screwed the pooch, but you know, you have these things, you live, you learn, and you just don't do it again. You know.
Yeah, man, you never again dive for a pentakill on Fountain.
Yeah, but I will say, mad props, man. Like Dirty Band-Aids, he did a really awesome job on that Ezreal. You know, our top laner did good. Our mid laner was doing good. So you know what I mean. Like I felt like we played. I felt like we played well. We just made some in-game decisions that kind of cost us that last game, and And like I said, it's just a point to learn from, and we'll get better. Hopefully, other teams will take our example and be like, okay, we're not going to do that. Whatever they did, we're not doing that.
All right, man. Well, great games. Almost managed to get the 2-0, but it is going to be a 1-1 for GTP versus ABCDE.
Hey, we'll take it, man. We'll take it.
Yep. From me and High Aries, we're probably going to be signing off for the night here. So, good night, everybody.
Hey, thanks for casting, and I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude. No problem.
All right.